Hey guys, my name is RC and in today's video, we're going to do something slightly different. Lately, as those of you who know me and that I've been playing with probably already know, I've been absolutely loving Zero, and the more I use him, I couldn't help but notice that a lot of people are not using him to his full potential. So today I'm going to share with you all the things that you need to know to get started playing Zero. So if you have started to play him already and you're looking into how to use him more efficiently, or maybe you haven't even unlocked him yet and you want to see if you should, this video should help you out. If you have any questions after watching this video, feel free to jump into my Twitch chat. I stream twice or 3 times every single week, and the link is in the description below. Okay, so let's talk about why you should be playing Zero if you haven't already. In Rainbow Six Siege, one of the most important things that can potentially influence a round is information. Think about it, we have all won gunfights or even whole rounds because we had information about the enemy's position. Information is crucial in Rainbow Six Siege, and Zero has a lot of it to offer to his team. He has the 2 drones that every attacker gets at the start of the round, and at the time of me recording this, he has access to 4 of his Argus cameras. No other operator can provide as much information as Zero can, which is why, in my opinion, he is one of the most underrated operators in the entire game. Okay, so real quick, what the heck is an Argus camera? An Argus camera is, well, it's a camera that he can shoot with the Argus launcher, which is his gadget. Once the camera hits the surface, it sticks to it, just like Valkyrie's Black Eye cameras would. But what makes it different from a Black Eye camera is that if the surface is destructible or even reinforced, so we're talking about walls, floors, and hatches, the camera will drill into the surface and gives you the option to see what's on the other side, but you can only see one side at a time. If the surface is indestructible, however, you can only see one side and it will function like a traditional camera. If you are unsure whether or not the camera will drill inside and you will be able to see what's on the other side of a surface, all you have to do is look at your crosshair because it will change depending on what you're looking at. If you would be able to see what's on the other side, you will have an arrow pointing up and an arrow pointing down on your crosshair. But if you wouldn't be able to see what's on the other side, you would have an arrow pointing down. Also, I've never personally experienced this, but while doing research for this video, I found that if there are no arrows at all, apparently it means that the camera won't land. The only way you could get this is by aiming either at the sky or outside of the map, so I wouldn't worry too much about it, but I thought it was still worth mentioning. The Argus cameras also have access to one single laser that you can use to take down enemy gadgets or maybe even deal 5 damage to an enemy player if that's what you're into. Okay, so now that you know what Argus cameras do and what they are, I really want to emphasize this. Please do not die with all 4 of them in your pocket. Be very careful of spawn pigs at the start of a round, because if they do take you out, they will deny your team a ton of valuable information that you could potentially use to influence the round. So yeah, do keep that in mind. Okay, now this may sound very stupid for me to say, but I'm going to say it anyway, and it also ties in with the point I just made. Once you make it inside the building, try your best to actually use and place down the Argus cameras. I understand that you might be asking yourself, why did I bring this up? Like, isn't it obvious that you need to place the cameras down? And I would agree with you, yes, it's obvious. But you would be surprised by how many people I see picking Zero and then just completely neglecting his cameras. But with that being said, don't use them willy-nilly, and what I mean by that is, for example, if there are 4 or 5 enemies left, don't use the cameras on the objective walls or ceilings to try and get a sneak peek into the bomb site. These cameras make a very distinct noise when they land, and if the enemy is paying even the slightest bit of attention to what's happening around them, they will hear it, see it, and shoot it down. You have to remember that these cameras are visible and get destroyed very easily with one shot, like most cameras in the game. The time I would recommend placing it down in the objective room is if you already have control of the room and you want eyes on the diffuser for the post plant, which I will get into more in a little bit. Instead of shooting them into the objective and hoping that they won't get taken out, What you can do is place these cameras to watch your flank. This then allows your dead teammates to watch them, and they'll hopefully warn you and let you know when someone's walking by. Also, just as a bonus tip for Siege in general, when you are dead, try to always spectate a camera or a drone if there is one placed in an important location, like near the objective for example. That way you can still influence the round by giving callouts even though you're dead. When you take control of an area on the map, like stairs for example, that you feel like enemies will walk through to come over and try to take you out, place a camera there. My favorite spot to do this is in Cafe on the upstairs objective. What I usually do is drop the red hatch, place a camera on the red stairs, a heart breacher then opens up the wall to the minibar, we take control of piano, I drone out the white hallway to make sure it's clear, and then I place down a second camera on the white stairs. And just like that, my team will have eyes on both staircases, and if the cameras are being watched when either myself or my teammates die, there is no way the players who are lurking downstairs will be able to walk up undetected. And that is the strength of Zero. Placing down cameras in a safe position to watch the flanks in a post-plant situation is a lot more valuable than placing them in the objective room to get a sneak peek at what's inside, only to have them be destroyed instantly. Another thing I want to touch on is the laser that comes with the cameras. It's situational, but I personally would recommend that you would almost never really use them, and I'm going to tell you why. Zero is not a substitute for Thatcher or Kelly. If a wall is electrified and you try to place an Argus camera on the other side, like we already mentioned, it makes a very loud and distinct noise and the enemy will shoot it down. But with that said, and this is why I said it's situational, if the camera inside goes unnoticed and you have a clear line of sight to a very crucial gadget like a mirror window, it's okay to take the shot. But if you don't and the only gadget you can see is a Jaeger ADS for example, it's not worth it because all you're going to do is give the position of your camera away to take out a gadget that really does not impact the round that much. The only gadgets I would recommend shooting down are mirror windows and bandit batteries or Kaid's electroclaws only if there is a hard breacher on the other side. If there isn't, don't bother with it. Now in terms of counters, there isn't too much to say about them, but I'll go over them real quickly because of course they are still worth mentioning. Because the cameras are projectiles before they land, a Jaeger ADS will zap it out of the air, while Mice Magnets will also catch it mid-air, but when it explodes, it will not destroy it. Instead, it will be dropped on the floor and activated on contact. Mute signal disruptors render the cameras useless if they are in range, just like any other gadget in the game. Vigil is invisible to the camera when he has his ERC7 active, and finally, if they are shot at an electrified wall, they will be destroyed on contact. Okay, so before we end the video, I want to walk you through a round that I played as Zero and kind of show you how what we talked about in this video applies in a real scenario in actual rounds. So here we are attacking on Villa, the objective is upstairs in Aviator and Games, and we have control of Study. So the first thing I do is place down the camera in Study to cover off the rotation from Aviator going into Study for the post plant. It's very important to take note that most of the cameras I place down are to give me and my team an advantage after the diffuser is planted. In my opinion, that's how we should approach Zero as an operator. Now that we have control of Study, I want to move to the top of main stairs, so I drone it out and I see that there's a Valkyrie, so I take the gunfight and I take her out. Next, my team is looking to attack the game's room objective and has taken control of the classical hallway, so I place down the camera to watch the hallway as well as 90.
Vaults, one's in vaults.
And then with 2 enemies left, my teammate gives a call out that there is one in the vault. So I shoot the camera inside the game's room objective, and I know I told you guys not to do this earlier in the video, but because there is only 2 enemy players left alive, we already have the information that one of them is in vault, and there's a high chance that the camera will survive, so I took the shot. I walk into sight and try to hold the exit of the vault on the other objective. Very poorly, I must say, which unfortunately gets my teammate killed.
Yeah, it's with table.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good.
So I trade them out, I'm left in a 1v1, but because I placed down the cameras all around the objective specifically for the post plant and thanks to my teammates' callouts, I was confident that I would be able to win the round. You know where the last one is? I have a
Boss is
couple of
probably
times.
roaming, probably roaming. Don't know. He was
Bunk. Study? Yeah, nice, he's on ping, coming to the door. Keep on, stick.
Which door? I have
Picking
no
the
idea.
door, pushing the door. In
Which door?
standing. Ah, he's still staying.
well played.
But yeah, with that said, what do you guys think of Zero? Do you like him? Is he your new main? Let me know in the comments below, and also if you have any tips for players wanting to learn how to play him, feel free to put them in the comments below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. I hope this video made sense. Please do let me know what you think of it in the comments, and also, while you're at it, let me know if this is something that you would like to see more of. I don't usually do educational content like this, so I'm curious what you guys think. If you have any questions after watching this video, or if you have something to add, I stream on Twitch twice or 3 times every single week, and the link to my channel is down in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, and if you're new, subscribe and ring the bell so you won't miss any future video. But with that said, thank you so much for watching, have a nice day, stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next one.